a star that lights the road. Will it take me to the end? Well, I don't know. But for one last time, I'll take this ride and just drive.
Mark Adelaide wins. Mark Adelaide will do it again. It's 3 in a row for Mark Adelaide.
Justio wins!
Ultra wins the race. And it's going to be 2 in a row for Ultra.
No, but Ultra wins.
It is going to be the win
Of the Monaco Grand Prix. There's Red Bull on the car. Oh my god!
Ultra wins the Canadian Grand Prix. The record is broken. Ultra wins 6 races in a row. This Jensen Olsen on his second race back, he wins.
An unexpected winner, Revo wins the sprint race in Belgium.
Not only is it the first point of the season, it's the first win of the season. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Big race to Davy Sarkiara. It's the first win this season of him. It's the first win for Ford.
Ultra is so close, but in the end he misses out. Davy Sarkiara will win the Singapore Grand Prix. Ultra wins the sprint race in Japan.
He wins the Japanese Grand Prix.
And he's back into this race for the title. This is massive. And not only will be a penalty for Ultra that puts him down the field,
It's the win for Sarkiara, who takes the lead in the championship by a landslide. The gap will be 3 points into Brazil. Ultra wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Hello everyone, welcome to the last round of the season's round 17 Formula 1 World Championship here in 2022, and we're bringing you on for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Davy Sarkiara leading the championship by 3 points over title rival Ultra. But first of all, how did Sarkiara get into a position to win the World Championship, considering he has 3 wins and Ultra has 8? Well, Max Adelaide winning the first 3 races of the season was on very good form until Ultra brought himself an upgrade, winning 6 races in a row, but then 3 races went on where he scored only 16 points in them. 2 of the races were retirement, while Davy Sarkiara capitalised and scored 70 points in that period over Ultra 16. Let's just say it brought Davy Sarkiara right into that championship fight, and he was quickly leading the World Championship. Ultra then decided to lock in a bit more and getting some wins. In the last 3 races, we've had these guys alternating, with Ultra winning in Japan with the sprint and the main race, then Davy Sarkiara winning in Indianapolis, with Ultra winning in Abu Dhabi, which has brought us to the finale that we are going to be getting. But in the end, I will say it's Ultra's inconsistencies that have massively cost him in the championship. Davy Sarkiara remained consistent all season long. It took him until round 6 in Spain to get his first podium, where he went on to get 3 more third places. Then he went for 3 second places, and then ended up getting 2 wins, a third place, a first place, and a second place. But yeah, he's remained consistent all season, and that is what has put him into this title fight. No other drivers are in contention. Max Adelaide is also pretty much locked down 5th, unless Versio can get a really good race today. I have doubts about that, as his only podium was 2nd place back in Bahrain. Not only do we have a fight for the Drivers' Championship, we have a fight for the Constructors' Championship. McLaren leads the championship currently on 462 points, 30 points over Ford. However, if McLaren have a disastrous race and Ford have a miracle race, Ford could still claim the Constructors' Championship over McLaren. As for the team of Ferrari, they've pretty much got 3rd place locked in. I'm sure it's not possible for them to overtake Ford, so they're going to be 3rd at the end of the season. Yet they have a driver who could win this World Championship. So yeah, let's just say it's very clear at Ferrari, one driver struggling, and that driver is Revo. He's not been performing at all this season. It's just not been impressive at all. Ultra though has been on top level for some of the quickest pace we've ever seen. But let's just see how this whole thing ends off. Conditions are alright today with a 26 degree Celsius air temperature, a 27 degree Celsius track temperature, 84% humidity, and a 25 kilometers an hour wind speed coming from the northwest. But yeah, it's been a while since we had Brazil as the title decider. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting change compared to the usual Abu Dhabi, which normally brings exciting racing. But as you all know, Brazil also did the same, and it gives us some excellent racing that we love to watch.
Okay, I'm ready for the race. I can fail again. I failed 2-3 times to take the second. I can fail again. I need this. I need to be faster.
With that out of the way, let's go to the starting grid. Ultra taking pole position in the race. Davide Cerqueira in second place, Blade Jasonic behind him. We've got Max Adley and Doric Benedetto for 5th, and Tom Leon, Vestio, Rafael Ferrari, Revo, Sebastian Ocampo, Thierry Headley, UK Ball, Carlos Eduardo, Taco Horn, Daniel Bogdasarov, Akari Sato, Matthew Hart, Livery, Nicholas Palomino, Ahmed Silla, and 2 teams of Spike Seavey and Lanfong.
We could have asked for a better qualifying. The 2 championship contenders on the front row. If this goes to countback, Ultra would win the championship. 5 red lights are on, and we go green in Brazil for the final race of this championship. 24 laps are ahead of us, and into turn 1, Ultra's got the perfect start with Cerqueira sending it on the inside, trying to get it moved on early. Tom Leon gets a 5-second time penalty. Cerqueira's into the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Ultra's going to try and keep his foot in. He's going to have to send it to Interlagos on the outside line. He tries it, but it doesn't work. Max Adelaide in contention to try and get the second place here in the race. He's going to try, but Ultra's got the inside line. That is going to benefit him more. Adelaide forced wide, going off the track a little bit even. And Cerqueira after the perfect start. This is what he needs for his second world championship. But don't discount Ultra. He's also on soft tyres. It is also just lap 1 out of 24. There's so much possibilities, as yes, we do have an extended race day. Normally this race would be 18 laps, but we got the extension to 24 because it's a finale race. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the top 2 in the championship are able to do today, as we're now on to lap 2 of 24. Later outside trying to get up into 3rd place. He's going to have to go for the move, and he is. He's sending it on the inside of Marcus Adelaide, getting the position. Adelaide trying to fight it back. It's not worked out for him. Matthew Hart now got 10-second time penalty. Ricardo Sato receiving it in 13th, though Campo down in 12th. That's not good for him. Ultra now closing in the gap to Davide Cerqueira, using that DRS as Wado gets a penalty as well. Penalties being dished out, so many of them. Only got 5 penalties being given out, 2 of them to Matthew Hart, and the other 3 going to separate drivers. But yeah, as mentioned prior, Ultra, if he just wins this race, Davide Cerqueira in second, no fast lap bonus point. He outscores Cerqueira by 3. They would tie on points, and Ultra would win on countback of the Grand Prix victories. Which means, yeah, Ultra would win this championship if he wins the race, no matter where Davide Cerqueira is. And that is the big pressure that Cerqueira is going to have. Blajal takes his fast lap. Devendale takes it away to get the first sub 1 minute of this race, which is incredible already. Remember, this is the last season of the current regulations before switching to brand new ones. Ultra getting closer, but not close enough for a move. Cerqueira is just holding him off, and that is perfect for him. But yeah, what a season we've had. We had 2 drivers dominating, then we had an unexpected title contender appear of Davide Cerqueira. Leading the championship in the last round is exactly what he needed. And yeah, he could not have asked for a better position to be in right now in this Brazilian Grand Prix than first, because yeah, imagine he wins this race, it'll be a victory for the title and at his home race. Like, no Brazilian, I think every other Brazilian driver would want that. But anyways, we can't focus on that because anything can happen in this race. Ultra going to go for the move on the inside in towards turn 1. The reigning champion does the move, He's up into first. David Serracchiara's going to get DRS back. Ferrari sets to fast up the race by 6 tenths of a second. Serracchiara on the outside. DRS active, reclaiming the lead in the Brazilian Grand Prix. That was a fantastic move. He's 7 tenths up into the lead. Absolutely doing Ultra Road. He exited turn 3 in towards the Lago turn 4. And that is going to be devastation for Ultra Road as he loses that lead the race. He's got to hold on. If he does not hold on to this place, and if he does not hold on to a 1 second gap, he's going to be at massive risk of losing P2 in the race as well. He's also got a lot of pressure. He knows David Serracchiara must be behind him by 3 points at least from win this World Championship. So yeah, Nicholas Palomino, as you can see, down last place, only driving to start on the hards. It's a very big gamble by Aston Martin to put him on that tyre. Spike a CB in P21 for 5-second time penalty. And yep, as you can see, Ultra closing in the gap now to David Serracchiara. Lap 5 out of 24 we're on. We're pretty much a quarter way through this race now. A fifth through this race. But yeah, Ultra not going for the move. He's not risking it. David Serracchiara taking risks. Ultra is not. And yep, tyres starting to wear out, which means we will have pit stops coming in soon, I imagine. We'll just have to see what happens. What are these drivers got planned for their pit stops? Of course, pit strategy is going to be different in these 35% races compared to the 25%, which obviously have tyres that wear quicker. Now, Versio on the back of Benedetto, we've got no McLarens on the podium. However, the most likely scenario out of this race is McLaren become Constructors' Champions. As yes, they do lead the World Championship at the moment. I think it's by around 30 points. But here we go, Ultra sending it into lap 6. Taking the lead of this race. David Serracchiara is going to get DRS once again. Could this be a repeat of the lap prior? Well, looks like it will be. Serracchiara on the outside with DRS back into the lead of the race. He's repeated the same move he done last time. It's worked out even better though. Ultra is still far back. But the tyres being worn out, I doubt Ultra is going to close in. And now Serracchiara is going to pull away. I think the gap may just end up being maintained at best. So yeah, this race, constantly swapping positions, David Serracchiara and Ultra. I'm so glad we're getting racing though in the final race of the season. It's amazing to see. And yeah, just confirm, McLaren do lead the Constructors by 30 points. As it stands, they will win this championship. And McLaren can finally become Constructors' Champions. Ferrari have secured their 3rd position. However, they could go for the title. Ultra has got a chance. DRS active. He's hanging just in that 1 second gap. Marcus Adelaide coming into the pits. He's the first driver to make the call to switch to a brand new tyre. Ocampo and UK both also into the pits. DRS active for Ultra. He's closing in on his championship rival as we head down into turn 4. But it's really nowhere near enough for a move. He's not close enough. The slipstream also not good enough for him as well. Now Adelaide's move on to a medium tyre. That is going to be a good tyre, I think. That's what I believe personally. How Ferrari, he's not been having that good pace on the medium. However, it's pretty much the next best tyre that you could go on to. He's got Tom Leo right behind him, also on mediums. Revo's struggling on the soft, so they're not doing well. But yeah, now it's going to be time to find out. Will Serracchiara and Ultra come in at the end of this lap? I mean, have they really got any other options? Because their tyres are cooked. There's nothing they can really do with the tyres. They're gone. They're going to have to come in. David Serracchiara's in. Ultra staying out. He's stayed out for another lap. So he's going to be going for the advantage later on. David Serracchiara in. But what will it be for his tyre compound? He moved on to softs. Alright then. So, is he pretty much trying to copy what Ultra done last time out? Oh wait, no, Ultra was on mediums. David Serracchiara sticking with softs, thinking that this time a soft stint might end up working out compared to last race where only just didn't. Now he's just covered Marcus Adelaide. Bad news for Ultra though. He's going to be behind Adelaide and Serracchiara unless a VSC happens towards the end of the lap. Possibly what Ferrari Ultra are hoping for. Unless they're just hoping for an overcut and gaining the places back later on with their fresher tyres. We'll have to see though, as David Serracchiara massively pulling away from Marcus Adelaide, who has got no pace. Yes, Serracchiara storming around the track at incredible speeds at the moment. His tyres though will obviously be wearing out 93%. So that's a lot of wear per lap, and Ultra staying out once again. 32% across the line. His tyres are completely gone, but he's risking this. Is he going for a one less stop possibly? Well, we'll have to see what Ferrari do with his tyre compound, because this is actually mental. Verstio coming in, he's moved on to a fresh set, and that is hard tyres waiting for him. Box off on the hards. And yeah, I'm actually massively shocked by this. Sergio is being held up though. Akari Sato in the Sauber, holding up the Ford. I almost said Ferrari there. Whereas Sergio moving up in a 6th position, 15 seconds off his title rival in the lead the race on worn tyres. Lap 9 out of 24, I believe Ultra is going for one less stop. Possibly a 1 or 2 stopper. Whatever it is, I believe Sergio is doing an additional stop onto that to try and hope that his race pace is much better, because he is flying. 10 seconds of gap is. He is constantly closing that gap down to his rival in the championship. 24% Ultra tyres are on. And he is in. He's coming into the pits. There we go. That's confirmation there. Tominel getting close to Ferrari, but they're both coming in the pits as expected, and Ultra's just going to get held up there. And Ferrari playing a very good team game, intentional or not, it has held up Ultra, and that's going to be costing him valuable time. As yes, he is on hard tyres, as I would have thought. Dave Sarkisian now going to fight for the lead. He needs to get ahead of Taco Van Horn. Obviously in the junior team to Red Bull. That should be easy, but yep, he's going to go for the move on the inside. Dave Sarkisian now leads the Brazilian Grand Prix in the final race of the season. There we go, that's the move he needed. Marcus Adelaide in P3 at the moment, net P2. Devedder in net P3 as well, so McLaren are doing strong. Later outside though, he's going to have to try and get ahead of that McLaren. He'll try his best, but he can't get the move done. He's going to have to stay behind that McLaren for now. He's going to have to go for the move load later on. Maybe now is later on, because he's already trying. Dave Sarkisian, fastest in the middle sector. Ultra now down in 7th position after pit stops. It's been disastrous unless this was the plan by Ferrari. Maybe they wanted to go long, but like I said, one less stop. That could possibly be their plan. Lap 11 we are on now. Later outside, alongside Benedetto, in towards the first corner. And there we go, the hyperdrive. Now up in a 4th position, ahead of the McLaren, and soon could take 3rd. 3rd, very good possibility, as yes, AlphaTauri, that is a slow car, to be honest. It is very underpowered, and it's also on extremely worn tyres. Talk about trying to do a one-stop. That is going to be Taco Van Horn right now. 29% on his tyres. They're done for. Blade outside is going to try and go for the move. He's trying his hardest. But, oh, never mind. Devedder's going to try and get involved. Clearing the AlphaTauri possibly. Round the outside. Towards the inside line. He's now through in 4th. Blade outside in 3rd. He'll be in hot pursuit of the McLaren ahead of him. Of Marcus Adelaide. Trying to ruin the Brazilian 1-2 that we currently have in the Brazilian Grand Prix. But yeah, this race is getting close. Ultra now up into 5th position. He is going to be sniffing the back of Benedetto very soon. Dave Sarkisian's tyres down 65%. Ultra Bros are on 90. That is a huge difference. And yeah, I bet Sarkisian is going to come into the pits very soon. Like within a couple laps, like 2-3 laps I predict. We have Van Horn coming in. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on hards. And nope, softs are on. So he's going for a 2-stop. However, it's a very aggressive one. He's very much prioritizing late race pace. It's very clear by his title choice right there. But yeah, it's not been a good day for the Red Bull so far. Ocampo trying to get ahead of Thierry Headley, who's got a 5-second time penalty. However, on more worn tyres, I doubt that's going to happen. Spike CB down last place. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he's had a bad strategy, or maybe a puncture, which I've just not known about. That's most certainly a possibility, as Ultra now up in the 4th, trying to fight it. Never mind, he does not get it. DRS set point's been hit. Benedetto and Ultra get DRS. Lady outside will not get it. Ultra's had a way better exit though to the last corner than the McLaren. This could be 4th. I don't know though, because both of them got DRS. They're going to go similar speeds. Ultra ahead into the turn 1. You have to try and secure it. You have to go on the inside and contact! Contact! And Ultra spun round. He's got a 5-second penalty. And this could change the whole fate in the World Championship. Front wing damage and a penalty. Disaster for the Ferrari in the final round of the season. We may not even see his strategy work out, because For all we know, his race is pretty much ruined. That was a big bit of contact. Risk on the inside. He's got no more pace. Ravo's up in the 5th. And he is just dropping down the field. And Brazil rejoice because they're going to be celebrating right now. Because the driver who's fighting their driver in the standings has had a huge incident. It may have not looked huge, but it is really huge when you look at the impact. Ultra with a lack of pace, no downforce. He's just dropping like flies now. His tyres, they're fine, but his car is not. But he's still staying out. Why Ferrari kept him out, I don't know. At this point now, Ultra's only hope is that Sergio retires from the race. That's the only hope that they're going to have. 45% on his tyres. He's currently on track, though, to possibly win the race and the World Championship. A comeback which we never thought would occur, being at its lowest at round 5, if I recall correctly. He's managed to drive an incredible season. We can't jinx things though, because anything can happen. I've already said that in this race before. You came over 5 seconds time early, I've just noticed that one. It's hard to wearing out after 7 laps of being on them. But yeah, is Sergio coming in? Yes, he is. He is coming into the pit. Ultra now second off his teammate. He has got no pace, as I already mentioned. He's only lost half of his front wing. Sergio is in, and he is onto mediums. That is the tyre that Ford have prepared for him. As now many drivers passing by him. Benedetto is going to try and make a move for the lead shortly, because Adelaide's tyres are done for. But Blade sorry, never mind, he's up in the second, ahead of Benedetto. And possibly going to get a move on Adelaide. Not now. Benedetto's going to fight back, helping McLaren as much as possible to get the biggest constructors lead they can. He's up in a second, but he doesn't care about his teammate winning his own race because he wants to win for himself. He's not won this season. His teammates won 3 races, he's won none. He'll be desperate for that win, even though he's very clearly claimed himself as a second driver. Like, admittedly himself, which is surprising. You never really see people do that. But yeah, he's going to be trying to go for this win. To do that though, he's going to have to push. Push, push, push. That's going to be the command he's going to be getting from his race engineer. As now shifting up into gear 7, Benedetto's getting closer, but he's fell away there. The lack of slipstream coming to bite him as he enables his DRS system. He's going to start closing a little bit more here on lap 16, but it's not going to work out for him. Ultimately, on the other hand, staying out once more. I don't know what he's doing, but his race is practically over. All he really needs to do, though, if Sergio was to DNF, is simply just place in 13th or higher. If Sergio is out the points, Ultra just needs to place 14th or higher and he will win the World Championship. Of course, it's now just going to have to go down to luck really for him, as his title hopes will fade away. Adelaide's tyres are completely cooked. Benedetto's been unable to get by. He's on fresher tyres, albeit a worse compound, but I think it's still better overall. So yeah, Adelaide's going to have to give up that place shortly, as the McLaren will be coming in the pits, I imagine. 32%. Can't keep them for that long. And so here we go, in towards the final corner. Benedetto pulling on the inside, having to slow down, I think. That might have compromised him a little bit of time there, as Adelaide is in the pits for the second time today. Dave Serracchio is going to move up into 4th and possibly 3rd, as he's going to go for a move on his teammate on the inside. There we go, that is the move he's been waiting for, clearing his teammate into turn 2, and that is him up into the podium places once more, as yeah, he's on track to take the lead the race once again, as the Benedetto and BDS still staying out on their tyres, clearly still comfortable with the performance of their hards. And yeah, Romano coming in for the second time as he's leaving the pits now. He's going to be out in P16, just out of the points. Matthew Hart, though, if it wasn't for his 10-second penalty earlier on, he would be in 13th place, ahead of Livery. Hey, who knows, could be ahead of Adelaide right now, but Adelaide is rapid on his soft tyres, which he's just hit on too. So yeah, who knows really. He's got a 14-second gap to Benedetto out in front. So yeah, Benedetto, if he pits, is going to be behind his teammate. But yeah, McLaren obviously not putting him in yet. UK will try to fight with Ahmed Silla. He's have to go around the outside, and he clears the Opal. on the exit of the corner. No one coming into the pits yet. Medel and Midas both doing 10 laps on their tyres respectively. Serra in the fight for the championship, moves through into second place. And there we go. That's an easy move for him. Didn't really have to fight much there, I guess, but just on closing in the slipstream. As now Serra struggles because he's stuck in between two drivers with worn tyres. But that does not faze him. He goes around the outside. Same place where you came over, made the move on Silla. This time though, Demedo being aggressive on the inside line. And he's holding off Serra. Serra's got a penalty! The championship leader with a 5-second time penalty. That's not good, that at all. And yet Ultra still struggling. Adelaide gets by easily. No fight at all there. Yes, Serra is at blame for that collision. The FIA handed him a 5-second time penalty, and that is not going to be good. He will not be happy about that one in the slightest. Lap 19 begins. He is now 6 laps away from a World Championship. A second one, as a matter of fact. First Theo hit the pitch for the second time today. There we go. He's going to be coming onto a fresh set of tyres. AlphaTauri doing pretty impressive this season, to be honest. Maybe on the constructors, but Verstio's performances have been absolutely incredible. Yes, he has had the better car, but even though it's been impressive that he's been able to perform so well, especially in the early part of this season. Yeah, Demedo has been completely cleared by Serra, but that penalty still lingers, and that is going to be affecting him. I can tell you that it will affect him. Now, will it affect his result? Well, we'll have to watch the final laps first to see if it actually does affect his result. As Ahmed Silla coming into the pit lane, and he's on to fresh set on medium tyres. Like CB also in, and he's on to softs. And here we go down the inside. Tom Leon moving ahead of Daniel Bogdasarov. That is 13th place for one of the other Brazilians on this grid. Yeah, Brazil really dominating this grid. They have done for the last 2 seasons, to be honest. Now Blade Sonic moving on to a fresh set of tyres. Moving on to soft. That's the tyre he's went for. So let's just see how he does as he's going to leave the pit lane. In what position though? As many people come by there, he's now in 8th. Headley has a penalty though, which is going to affect him. Ocampo moving ahead, as we saw there. They were side by side into the first corner. 5 more laps to go now in this Grand Prix. Ocampo 20 seconds off the race leader. If David Serra was to pit for whatever reason, Ocampo could end up taking the lead, assuming others pit. I doubt that though. Adelaide probably looking to stay out until the end of the race. 6 times on his tyres though. That's going to affect him. I don't even know if it's possible for him to make it to the end. Had McLaren possibly blundered a race win here? I don't know. As Ferrari on 2 lap younger hards moves into second place, but despite that, he pits. Rafael Ferrari in for his second stop late in the race. Soft is probably why I'd imagine they've got on for him, and yes, they have. Soft is what they got. And Revo in for the second time, also on a soft. Anyone who pits now most likely will be moving onto the soft tyre, as Adelaide now inches closer and closer to his teammate. The McLarens on set to get a World Championship. I think it's a first championship, in fact, as well for them. They've proven this season to master the regulations. And yep, it's all going to be completely reset, because only a season later we're getting some brand new ones. But nonetheless, it's been an incredible showing of consistency. Despite their dominance days only lasting 3 races, they managed to hold on. They kept extending their lead, while Ferrari suffered, Ford suffered. But yeah, they remained consistent. They were getting constant podiums. I know Dave Serra was in. He's in the pits now. I didn't see that one. Blade Sonic on soft. He's going to be trying to get ahead of Dave Serra. Can he ruin the party for Atlas Ford here in the late stages of the Grand Prix? As yes, he moves through. He's ahead of the championship leader. But on the inside, Ocampo up into 3rd. Fighting. And Verstier was getting involved in this fight as well. Ferrari on fresh tyres is ahead of his teammate, who's now down in 9th position. But Ultra Bro down in 15th on fresh tyres. He's obviously served a penalty. UK he's pit for the 3rd time. And yep, Ultra has easily cleared him, but he's down in 14th position. That's only 2 points. Nowhere near enough sometimes nowhere close enough to Serkiera as well. So yeah, like I said, it really is a miracle if Ultra was to win this championship now. And Serkiera on the outside, and he's going to try and get up into 8th position. But yeah, if Serkiera was to retire from the race, Ultra would get the P13 that he needs, because he would move up one place. And yellow flags in the last sector. Oh! Spiker CV into the wall. I don't know what he was doing. It looks like he was trying to unlap people and trying to let people unlap. He's been caught up in a little bit of chaos there. He comes in the pits with damage. He's massively held up 4th place down. And yeah, I don't think them guys are going to be that happy. Versio trying to get ahead of Ferrari. Ferrari on fresh tyres though is going to completely surpass there. McLaren currently on for a 1-2 finish, but Blade could ruin it. He could try and get past the Bandetto. He'll try his best. He's on better tyres, he's on a better compound. He's going to go on the inside, pressuring the Bandetto, forcing him to the outside. And with that, the 1-2 is ruined for McLaren. The Hyperdrive moves into 2nd place with an excellent move. Mark Sadley, though, has only got one more lap. He can become a Grand Prix winner again. It took a while for his recovery, but he can still do it. He can pick up a 4th win in the season, and it will be an incredible way to end off a season that had a very big downfall. He may have not been able to win this championship. However, he's managed to show he has got champion's pace. Dominant in the first part of the season until that crash in Canada. And yeah, it's a shame his championship fight ended like that. However, he's came back strong. In his home race, he's looking here to take the win. And he'll also be leading a McLaren Constructors Championship as well. The Benetton tyres are cooked now. Ferrari in the 3rd. And yeah, David Serkiera trying to move ahead of Tom Leon. He tries best, but he can't do it. We have 4 Brazilians in the top 5. Incredible thing there for Team Brazil. Mark Sadley, though, rounding the final corners. And he is going to win his 4th race of the season. Mark Sadley wins the last round of 2022. And McLaren are Constructors Champions. Later on, so he can finish in 2nd place to end an alright season. Ferrari's 3rd, but David Serkiera, your 2022 World Drivers Champion. What an incredible season it's been. An absolute dark horse in this championship fight. And it's worked for him. Ultra gets P13. Disastrous race after contact earlier on. Akari stars in 42 from Headley, who's going to finish off the points. Only just deliver UK ball, who were very close to them. Matthew Hart's going to finish this one P18. Lam Vong, his tyres are gone. They're completely gone. As rain is starting to fall at the very end. Spiker CV, 1 lap down at the end of it. And yeah, Ahmed Silla and Nicholas Palomino, they're going to finish this one 20th and 21st to end off the season.
I can't believe it. Finally, guys. Finally. I'll use the number 1 again. So many times since my first title. Finally, guys. Thanks, Rafa. Thanks for everyone. Great season, guys. Next season will be better. Thanks, everyone.
And with all that done, the season has concluded. Mark Sadley getting his 4th win this season at the very last round, showing that he still had the pace in him. Blade Drassault picks up another podium, Rafael Ferrari doing the same. So 2 Brazilians on the podium, 1 outside the podium, but is now a world champion in 2022. And so with that, let's listen to the Brazilian national anthem. And yeah, I'm sure these drivers are all happy with their performance today. And yeah, the drivers can now go celebrate. May we let these drivers rest as they rest up ready for the 2023 season. And at the end of those 24 laps, Davison Kira, a two-time champion, finally getting that title which he missed in 2019, however only a few years later. Ultra will be devastated to have missed out. And as for the constructors, McLaren get their first Constructors' Championship and they will be celebrating a lot tonight, I bet. McLaren champions of the world, as with Davy Serchiara. And I'll see you next time when the Apex Formula 1 series returns.